This is Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. After I unboxed the Famicom edition of the Nintendo World Championships, somebody asked if the Famicom Joy-Cons can do the Zelda hack, by which I believe they mean, can you stun Pole's voice in The Legend of Zelda? Because that was something you could do on the Famicom with a Famicom controller. So today, I'm going to try that and see if it works. Now, to clarify what I mean by the Zelda hack and stunning the Pole's voice, you may have noticed that the Joy-Con 2 of the Famicom Joy-Con set has a microphone built into it and a volume slider for adjusting the sensitivity of the microphone. The original Famicom had hardwired controllers that were not interchangeable, but they did have a microphone in the second controller, just like the Joy-Cons they produced for the Nintendo World Championship set and for Switch Online members. So, the NES manual for The Legend of Zelda makes an oblique reference to this when it says that Pole's voice hate loud noises. But since there's no microphone in the NES controllers, there's nothing you can do with that information. In fact, it led a lot of people to mistakenly believe that you could play an instrument in the game and that instrument would stun the Pole's voice, but that never worked because that was never intended. The translators were literally taking The Legend of Zelda as it was and translating it into the North American manual, even though that feature was disabled for North American gamers. But since we're playing the Famicom Disk System version here on the Japanese version of Switch Online, I've got the feeling it'll work. Let's just see. Honestly, I thought it would work, but I was still so stunned that it actually worked that for a second I froze and forgot to pick up the items. And when I went to get them all, they were gone. So I did what any reasonable person would do in that situation, and I went back outside of the dungeon and went back in the dungeon to try it again.
Die, Pole's voice. Die. Die, Pole's voice. Die.
Yeah, I gotta say it works perfectly. You just have to have both Joy-Con 1 and Joy-Con 2 synced up to your Nintendo Switch, and you have to make sure you put the volume slider up so that the microphone is picking up your voice in the game. Now, just for fun, I decided to try it with the North American version of Switch Online and see if it would have the same effect, but as I previously stated, they did not program that into the localization given that there was no microphone on controller 2, so even though my Famicom Joy-Cons for Switch Online have a microphone, I don't think it'll work in the North American version of Switch Online, but we'll see.
Pole's voice hate loud noises. Die, Pole's voice.
So here you can see I've switched over to the US version of the Switch Online service because now the text is in English and we no longer have that rich, enhanced Famicom Disk System sound. Which, by the way, is a great reason to download the Japanese version of the Switch Online, because unless you own a Famicom Sharp Twin or the Famicom and a Famicom Disk System in North America, you'll never get to hear those. So enjoy it on the Switch Online for free. You're already paying for it. You might as well.
Testing. Hey, Pole's voice, die. Die, Pole's voice, die. Die, 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 Pole's voice, die. 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 Pole's voice hate loud noises. Yeah. Pole's voice. Talking to you. Die, Pole's voice.
So sadly, as you can see, it does not work in the North American version on Switch Online. So, if you want to do this and you're a North American or a United States gamer, you need the Famicom Joy-Cons and you need to download the Japanese version of Switch Online. But if you do both of those things and you have your controllers synced up, you can yell at Pole's voice to kill them. I'm Mr. Mega Man Fan, and as always, thanks for watching.